Hey, today I'll show you my $100,000 a month sales script, and specifically the part where I go about the I need to think about it objection, our favorite objection that almost comes up on every single sales call if you don't manage to handle that objection right in the beginning of the sales call. So I'll share my screen right now. I'll show you the exact scripts, the exact words that I use to close 90% of my clients. For you, if you are the company owner, you should probably closing between 60 to 80% of clients. So let's jump into it and go over the exact script so that you can implement this immediately in the next 3 to 5 minutes.
The first thing you want to do when a client brings up the I need to think about it objection on the sales call, and that's what I'm talking about. The client is currently on a sales call with you and brings the objection I need to think about it up at the very end of the call where you're trying to close the client and collect payment. Well, what are you going to do if the client says, I need to think about it? The first thing you're going to do is to be a genuine resource and uncover the real objection, because the I think about it objection is usually a smokescreen objection for I'm not really confident with you on that call. I feel like this is a scam. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. So it could be any of those objections, but the client just can't really articulate it or doesn't really want to tell you that they don't want to do this because of the reason they don't trust you. So what are we going to do? We want to uncover the real objection. The first thing you're going to say is, you're right. That will probably feel like the right thing to do. And I always want my clients to do what feels right. What do you still need to think about? Now, the client will actually think about what they need to think about. And if you're lucky, if you're super lucky, they will just start speaking up and telling you exactly what their issue is. Most of the time, though, they won't. So then you want to say something like, you know, I take the time out of my day to make these calls to help people make informed decisions. So I'm right here with you right now. So whatever concerns you have will be best answered while you have me on the call here. Now, you're going to say this just to make them feel more comfortable with you on that call to express their real decision or their real opinion or their real issue. Now, if they insist, tell them you can only hold the incentive price for 24 hours. Then while you're on the call, agree on a specific time to call the day after and create a new calendar booking to send it to them. Confirm they received it and that they have added it to the calendar. And you do all of this while you're still on the call. And that is really, really important, because if you wait 3 days or if you're like, oh yeah, let's meet next week, they will never show up again. People have a busy life. People don't care about you. Their excitement will fade after 24 hours. They have TikTok now. Short attention span. So make sure you do that on that call and you confirm that call with them on the call and send them the calendar link. Really important. Now, this is the first thing you can do. Now we get into the juicy part, which is my favorite part, which is either you do it on the same call. Like I usually try to go over this part of the objection first. And then if they are still hesitant, I actually reschedule that call. But what I'll do then is very tricky. So I actually remove the entire pressure of the sales call and reopen the conversation to get the real objection. So this one is tricky and my favorite. Let's go over it. So if they still insist, I need to think about it, and you just can't get the real objection out of them, again, you remove the pressure by telling them it's fine. You can basically get off the call and we can schedule a new time. And right when you do that, they feel, they can breathe. They feel like relief. They like, I'm off the hook, finally. So you have successfully removed the pressure. What does this to your client on the other end of the call? They will feel like there's no pressure on them, so they actually speak up. So here's what you're going to say. Yeah, that's totally fine. Not a problem at all. What's your time frame on getting back to me in the next day or two, just to see if I'll be available for you? And you want to flip it around because you don't want to make yourself seem like you're available 24/7 and put a little bit of scarcity in there. So first thing, like they say, I need to think about it. Then you go through this and then you tell them, oh, it's fine, let's reschedule the call, no problem, so they feel like they're off the hook. And then you're going to flip it into the scarcity, where you basically frame yourself as the authority here by saying, just to see if I'll be available. Now, when they say something like, yeah, I'm not really sure, or tomorrow, you can say, well, possibly. I'm not sure if I'd be randomly available like that with my calendar. What I can do, if you have your calendar handy, I can pull up mine and have you book a specific time with me. That way you don't have to chase me down, or vice versa. Haha. So now you are in control of the conversation again. You are getting the same result as here, booking in them for a next call to follow up. But now the tricky part. Now you booked that call, you went through all the steps, they confirmed the call tomorrow at, let's say, 3 p.m. Now you're gonna jump in and try to get the real objection and still go for the close. So here's what you're gonna say. Now, before I go, I'm curious, what were you wanting to go over in your mind, just so I know what questions you might have when we talk in 1 day from now, or in 24 hours from now. Now you just get them to talk, they're already off the hook, it's more chill, they feel like they can open up, and that's when you usually get the real objection. And then when they actually open up, then you go back to the close. So this is what I do, it works wonders. It's like the little magic pill. People say the magic pill doesn't exist, but this is probably the biggest magic pill that I've ever found in my life. So hope this helped you. I hope this provided value, and try to use it on your next sales call. I want to know in the comments if it worked for you. And if you have any other questions about business or closing deals, write them in the comments as well. Peace.